Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to use the constitutional CPS defense packet and how to build your own motions, correctly, powerfully, and in a way that protects your rights and your children. This will be simple, step by step, so anyone can follow it. Read the entire packet. First, before you write anything, read the entire constitutional defense packet from start to finish, including all motion templates, instructions, constitutional material, Supreme Court precedent, and American jurisprudence references, AmJur. This gives you the full picture of what your rights are, which violations apply to your case, and which motion templates you will need. Do not skip this step. Step 2. Choose the motion template that fits your situation once you understand the packet. 1. Look through all the templates. 2. Pick the one that matches to what's happening in your case. 3. Open a new Word document, or any writing app. Select the text from the packet, copy and paste the entire motion text into your new document so you can have your motion in one solid place, so you can further make your edits in this separate document. Once you have pulled the language from the template, insert your facts. Add your facts to the factual background area and the argument area, and adjust the motion so it is specific to your situation. Usually the factual background section is the only place you will need to edit. But after you review the motion you just built, you should be able to recognize if anything else needs to be changed or if anything is out of alignment. The templates are intentionally broad. They include constitutional violations, Supreme Court cases, and AmJur sections that apply to most CPS abuses. If something in the template matches what the agency or judge did to you, you can and should include it in your motion. If something needs to be edited to match your circumstances, that is perfectly fine. The more detailed and factual your filing is, the stronger your record will be. Step 3. Build the body of your motion. After you've customized the template, it's time to build the core argument of your motion. This is the factual background section I just mentioned. This is where you tell your story. You need to lay out the specific facts of your case in a clear chronological order. List every event, every interaction, and every violation. For example, on date, caseworker name, entered my home without a warrant. On date, the agency failed to provide a meaningful service plan. Be precise with dates, names, and what was said or done. The more specific you are, the harder it is for the court to ignore your claims. This factual narrative is the foundation of your legal argument. Here is a close-up of an example on how you should write your factual background. You want to make sure you add the dates and any specific evidence or exhibits that pertain to your story. This is very important as you cannot win a case without evidence that support your claims. Once you have your story locked in and all your evidence together and named by exhibit, you want to add a list of exhibits to the end or bottom of your motion. This gives the judge easy access to the information you have submitted and locks in your facts in a solid motion. Step 4. Attach your exhibits. Your facts need proof. This is what exhibits are for. Exhibits are the evidence that backs up the claims you made in the body of your motion. They can include emails, text messages, photographs, audio or video recordings, or sworn affidavits from witnesses. Each piece of evidence should be labeled clearly. For instance, Exhibit A could be a copy of an email, and Exhibit B could be a photograph. In your motion, you will refer to these exhibits directly. You might write, as shown in the attached email, see Exhibit A, the caseworker admitted. This connects your story to your proof, creating an unbreakable chain of evidence that supports your position and strengthens your case for the record. Step 5. Add required legal certifications. Every motion must end with 2 separate sections. Verification under 28 U.S.C., paragraph 1746. This is your sworn declaration that everything stated is true. It requires its own signature block, certificate of service. This confirms you sent a copy to all parties. Step 6. Important note about using the templates. Information from federal court motions can be used in state court filings, and state court information can be used in federal filings. Law is law. Constitutional violations apply in every jurisdiction. This packet was designed so you can defend yourself in state CPS court, escalate to federal court when your rights are violated, and build a perfect record for appeal or civil rights litigation. See the example motion at the end of this video. At the end of this video, I will show a full sample motion so you can see how the sections look, how the verification looks, and how the certificate of service looks. Use that example as your model. Final reminder: read the packet, choose your motions, write your facts, insert the constitutional law provided for you, sign and certify your filings correctly. This packet is everything you need to defend yourself and protect your children from unconstitutional CPS and family court actions. Your rights are real. Your voice matters. And now, you have the tools. Thank you for watching, and defend yourself and your children well. Until the next video.